Welcome to the Daily Pulse. It's October 6, 2024, and today's top stories are intense. Asheville's historic Biltmore Village is underwater following Hurricane Helene's destruction. Tensions are skyrocketing between Israel and Hezbollah, and Trump makes headlines once again with heated rhetoric. Let's dive into the latest. Asheville, North Carolina, is reeling from the catastrophic flooding caused by Hurricane Helene. The historic Biltmore Village is submerged under several feet of water, leaving residents and businesses devastated. Roads are impassable, power is out, and thousands of people are still without basic necessities like clean water and electricity. Local hospitals are overwhelmed, and volunteers are scrambling to provide aid to those in need. Despite these challenges, the community is pulling together. From grassroots relief efforts to Operation Airdrop volunteers delivering supplies by helicopter, Asheville is slowly beginning the long road to recovery. But with damage in the millions and more than 100 deaths reported across the region, it's clear that the city has a long way to go. Overseas, the situation in the Middle East has grown even more volatile. Israel has intensified its airstrikes on Hezbollah positions in Lebanon, following rocket fire into northern Israel. Beirut is under heavy bombardment, and the conflict is escalating to dangerous new levels. Both sides have sustained heavy casualties, with fears mounting that the violence could spark a larger war in the region. The international community is scrambling to de-escalate the situation. The United Nations has called for immediate restraint, but with both Hezbollah and Israeli forces digging in, the prospects for peace seem distant. This ongoing conflict is not only destabilizing the region, but could also have global ramifications, particularly for U.S. foreign policy and oil prices as we approach a critical election. On the U.S. political front, Donald Trump continues his heated campaign for the 2024 election, taking center stage in Ohio. Starting his speech with a somber remembrance of local heroes, Trump quickly transitioned into fierce attacks against Kamala Harris and the Biden administration. He called out their handling of healthcare, immigration, and foreign policy, and emphasized his pledge to protect American jobs. His message remains clear: he's ready to fight for the American people. As Trump rallies his base, his campaign is focused on swing states like Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, where the competition with Harris is particularly tight. With less than a month until the election, both candidates are doubling down on their key issues, hoping to energize undecided voters and shore up support in critical battlegrounds. Today's events paint a vivid picture of the intersection between domestic politics and global crises. In Asheville, the devastating impact of Hurricane Helene will likely raise questions about climate change, disaster preparedness, and government response in the final weeks of the election. Meanwhile, Trump's return to the campaign trail signals his intent to go on the offensive, attacking the Biden-Harris administration's handling of key issues. The Middle East conflict adds yet another layer of complexity to the election, with foreign policy becoming an increasingly important issue for voters. How each candidate responds to this growing crisis could have significant consequences, both in the U.S. and internationally. That's your deep dive into today's top news for October 6, 2024. From Asheville's battle with the aftermath of Hurricane Helene to Trump's campaign trail drama and the escalating tensions in the Middle East, today's headlines are packed with action. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Daily Pulse for more updates as we get closer to Election Day. Stay tuned for tomorrow's coverage.